believe it or not, we did almost 100 people on Sunday. And that really cold on Sunday, almost 100 people. Today we did less than 80, and it was 20 degrees warmer today.
See, less than 8?
Huh? But that's how many? Yeah.
Yeah. 7:30 at night.
I'm not. They would leave there for this week. We did? Well, we're not gonna approve it.
Jenner?
So I can call the meeting to order. I've noticed we have everyone here, so I'm gonna full quorum and Merry Christmas, everybody. Let's start out with the pledge. Everyone's gonna lead us in prayer.
As we gather here tonight for our monthly Meadow Lake City Council, we are reminded that this is the season of God's greatest gift to us, His Son. We pray that He will guide us in all our deliberations and help us through this season and keep everyone healthy and coming back next year for our next meeting in January. Through Jesus Christ our Lord we pray.
Amen.
Amen.
Okay, so I'm going to start it out with the a mayoral proclamation. This is for Bob Brown used to sit on the city council here, and his mother is turning 100 years old on the 30th of this month.
Wow.
And she's going to have a little get together with her family and stuff down at the park, and we're going to present her with I don't know if it'll look like this, but a proclamation that I'm going to read, if that's okay with everybody. City of Meadow Lakes mayoral proclamation. Whereas the longevity of life is a blessing for an individual and for a community, for a community which benefits from the knowledge, creativity, and experiences individual brings to all. And whereas the City of Meadow Lakes recognizes with respect and admiration the contribution that all its residents give to our community. And whereas as a city, we believe it is essential to honor and recognize the incredible lives and contributions of our centenarians. These individuals have witnessed and contributed to the growth and development of our community in profound ways, and it is only fitting that we celebrate their achievements. And whereas the United States has the greatest number of centenarians in the world, and today Sue Brown should be honored for her 100 years on this earth. Therefore, I, Mark Bentley, Mayor of the City of Meadow Lakes, do hereby proclaim the day of December 30th, 2025 on this occasion of her 100th birthday celebration and the honor she has given to the city and its citizens as Sue Brown Day.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good deal. Bob asked me to present it to her, and so we're going to present it to her down there on the 30th. So, anything else? Citizen comments? No? Okay, good. Moving on. Monthly reports. Could you go through the standard reports pretty quickly, Will? And then there's no place for a golf report. Okay, well, whatever.
Okay. Trying to cut it down because we
Okay.
want it nice and short, but we can do that as part of our standard reports as operations in general. We can
Okay.
talk about golf.
Okay.
So utilities, the crews have had very busy schedules for the last couple months, as you know. Utilities have gone well despite busy constructing the car bar. Sorry, I'll turn on my microphone. Forgot to do that. Which should be wrapping up hopefully first week of January. We'll have that completed and ready to move in. And we can talk about that more if you'd like. Water consumption, we've decreased roughly by 5 million gallons compared with same month last year. The average water consumption in November was just under 19,400 gallons, slightly less than October's average of 20,784 gallons. Temperatures are cooling, trees throughout the community are shedding their leaves, so we have been doing our leaf pickup. We're getting close to wrapping that up. If you go around town, you can see that there's still some dirt on the streets, and we'll run the street sweeper till that's clean. Might take a couple go-arounds to get it all, but we'll make sure that our streets are as spotless as possible. Any questions on utilities? All right. Move on to our ordinance officer report. Parking violations, 6 written violations last month. All have complied. Trash can violations, also 6, all found to be in compliance. Grass, weed, limb, debris, unkempt yard violations, 4, all are in compliance now with 1 verbal warning, 1 roof permit checked, 1 Christmas decoration violation. I'm sorry, not 1, there were 3 of those, and 1 commercial yard sign. Steve also checked out a porta-john on a property that didn't appear to be under construction, but they do have their permit. It's valid, and they are having interior remodeling done, so they're within the law.
I have a couple of questions, just quickly. One is, on the parking violations, if he could note if any of these are repeat offenders, you know, because one of the questions that's always come up about, is it the same people that are doing it and they're just moving the car around, or this is something new, just so we can kind of get a handle on that one. And secondly, I would like to ask if, you know, with the Christmas decorations, because the POA is doing the judging the second week in December, I would like to ask if the POA in the future could look at maybe changing their CC&Rs about when decorations can go up, that then we can modify our ordinance so that, because the violations were because they put them up, well, as everybody can tell, with the shortness, with Thanksgiving, when it's in the last week of November, it's very tight schedule for people, and I think we ought to revisit that whole issue.
You what?
It's already under discussion to do,
Okay.
Okay.
so I forget the
Carol?
exact date right now, but we're going to allow decorations to be put up early.
Okay.
The judging took place last Sunday.
Right.
This past yesterday.
You need, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close, yeah.
All right.
As long as it's close.
The judging took place yesterday, so there are signs out in the yards, those that were
Yeah.
So,
won or were acknowledged. They changed the categories this year, or added 1 or 2. But yes, we're going to, POA is going to,
I would, as soon as y'all
Change that
have
date.
that change in effect, then notify us, and then we can change the ordinance.
yeah,
so
we
that-
promise to have it before next Christmas.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you.
that's soon enough. But do it
Well, let's
before
say Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, but right around Halloween. Okay, Will, go ahead.
All right, moving on to animal control. No visitors had any lost animals. Our animal control officer, Jerry Mason, he got a call about a found cat and then a call about a lost cat, and it was about the same cat, so he was able to get them back together. He relocated a possum, had several dogs running at large, was able to locate the homes where they belonged. He did find or responded to a call about a roadkill cat, unfortunately, and picked up a couple dead animals. Also, he has received multiple calls about trapping animals, and he refers them to professional trappers. He doesn't do any live trapping himself. He needs a special license for that, and not something the city does. So he always refers them to reputable businesses. Going on to the patrol activity, you have the entire documented patrol activity for Sheriff's Deputy Richard Chofee for the month of November. It wasn't a very wild month by any means. He did have a couple citations issued for running stop signs. He's focusing on stop signs and speeders, and also responding to calls as they come in. One of them was a repeat offender, I do know that it was a person who had run the stop sign just like a couple days prior, and he caught the same guy, so it's a harsher penalty after that. And people seem to just ignore those signs a lot of the time. So if you see them run a stop sign, I know it's tough, because if there's not a police officer right there, there's not anything that can be done about it. But we're trying our best to make sure that he's within range to spot them, and also hidden while he's here.
Excuse me, Mark, can you put in the newsletter that bicycles have to follow the rules of the road, and they have to stop at stop signs also? That is a rule, a law.
Okay.
And they do not.
Yeah, okay. Oh, well, would you put your piece?
Sure.
Okay, add that to tomorrow's newsletter.
Any questions about the patrol activity before moving on to the building committee report? All right, we have one issued fence permit at 406 Hogan's, one denied / tabled, 0 in progress, 4 in progress remodels, 1 new construction issued, and 4 in progress, 1 variance denied, 1 arbor pergola denied, 1 swimming pool permit issued, and 2 in progress, for a total of 3 issued, 3 denied, and 10 in progress in November.
Okay.
And then as part of the operations in general, David, do you want to talk about golf? Yeah. Thank you.
Good evening. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about, other than obviously the golf course was overseeded at end of September, early part of October. The greens have turned out wonderful. I know a lot of the guys and girls in here have played. Probably the best the overseed has looked in maybe ever. It's really, really good. So I want to commend Manuel and his guys for making that just an unbelievable project they did. The fairways are up. The tee boxes look great. And also, this was the first time we did this. When I did the round count for November, it was the biggest November we ever had, and it was our 3rd biggest month we've ever had. So it was, and typically November is one of our slower months. Obviously, you got a holiday in there, and you always have some weather, but we haven't had any weather since July. So to have over 3,000 rounds in November is pretty crazy. And that's, to put that in perspective, that's what we do in March, and we almost beat March in November, so that's cool. And it looks like December, we're gonna be way above what we normally do in December, obviously with the weather turning to be spring again in a few days, so we gotta have a really, really good December as well. As far as anything going on the golf course, Manuel and Jesus are chasing leaks daily. As you know, we haven't had any rain, so we're having to water a lot more than normal this time of year. Usually we're trying to conserve water, but since we have not had any rain, we have a lot more watering going on. So if people are out walking and see leaks, just know that they've been addressed. I know there's probably at least 20 now, and it's with just 2 guys chasing leaks. You fix 1 and 2 break, or you fix 2 and 3 break. And so, that's just going to be something we're going to have to just stay on top of as much as we can, and hope to God we don't have a really bad 17 or 18 degree day and all of it freeze up and everything break. But hopefully not, but just a good report for the golf course. And I think we're more than likely, I think we're about 2 or 3 days from breaking our last year's record, which was our record rounds for the last year we broke the year before, and that year we broke the year before. So it looks like in about 2 or 3 days we're going to break last year's record for rounds played. So that's pretty cool. As I don't know if a lot of you guys keep up with golf trends. Golf trends have obviously peaked during the COVID era and skyrocketed after COVID. Well, the bubble burst about 1.5 years ago for a lot of the golf courses, and certain golf courses in different little areas,
depending on demographics, have steadily gone up like we have. I know Legends has steadily gone up, Delaware has steadily gone up. And we're probably gonna see, I don't see a decline in the near future. Several of the golf courses in Austin that are public golf courses are now manipulating their systems and charging people memberships to play their public golf courses. And not only that, they're charging them $150 to play these golf courses in 5 to 6 hour rounds. So I don't know, you've seen a lot of people come in from Austin lately. Normally we have a pretty good, I mean, all of our golf nows obviously are from Austin, but now we're getting daily play, like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, people not going to Falcon Head or not going to some of the other Magnolia golf courses. And they come out and they see what we charge, and I think we got them hooked too. So 26 we may be breaking the 25 record. So I think that's great.
That's good.
All right.
David,
Yes.
I have a question. I noticed that they put the smaller heads on the on the tee box of number 2.
Correct.
And are there others that they've done that with?
11 is like that. Anything that's being repaired, the heads that we used to use are no longer in production.
Right.
So anytime we have to change a head out, they're going to the smaller, more productive heads. So you may start seeing some in the fairways too. In fact, I think there are probably several in the fairways as well. But the big ones that we've used in the past, those are obviously obsolete. So anytime a leak's being fixed, you got to remember we're basically replacing an antiquated system and putting in the updated system. So it's not like we were having the old stuff and just putting the
Yeah.
new old stuff in. It's a pretty easy fix, but with the new stuff, they've got to take the new heads and configure them to be able to put in that system. So that's why it takes a little longer for those guys to fix the leaks. And of course, when you have that many break in a week or month or whatever it is, obviously that puts you behind. But yes, you will start seeing a lot more of those smaller heads.
Yeah.
Obviously the bigger heads, they have a cap, but the smaller heads, they actually, when they come back down, they go back under, so you don't see anything on top of that. So
Right.
obviously better.
Yeah, just ask the guys, and I know it's always hard with irrigation systems, particularly when you have a head near the street.
Right.
That it waters the street, but, because I noticed on number 2 this morning when I was coming in, that it needed to be, I think it needs to be adjusted a little bit, because it's
Okay.
watering the street.
Are you sure it wasn't the wind blowing it backwards?
Well, it wasn't even wind this morning.
Okay.
No, it was, the head was going this way, so.
I was trying to get
But
myself
just,
out
I
of there,
mean,
sorry.
I know you just have to kind of check them, but I just thought
yeah.
I'd mention that.
Sure, thank you. Ask me something, come on. Ask me anything. Nothing. Oh, and I want to say thank you to my staff. Oh, God, I'm going to get emotional. But everybody knows what happened to me this year. This has been a terrible, terrible year. But the place ran very, very smoothly. And Isaiah did it all himself. And he did an amazing job.
We didn't even know you were
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Thank you.
Let's see. Moving on, the minutes of the prior meeting. Everyone has a copy and had an opportunity to read them. Are there any corrections or additions?
No.
If not, motion is in order to approve them.
I move we approve the motion, the minutes.
All in favor? Approved, very good. No financials this month because we were planning on not even having the meeting this month, so we'll move on to old business, which is the update of the community center complex.
Sure, so,
And Johnny would have made this, but he's sick today. He's got stomach virus or something.
yeah, he is regrettably out. I hope he recovers quickly. So where we're at right now is trying to finish up our cart facility as quickly as possible. We still have to put our ice machine in with this dispenser, install sink, faucet. We have some concrete work where our contractor has not responded to our calls, is not our building manager at risk that we're using to build the whole facility. It's a separate contractor, so we're getting a different concrete contractor to come in and finish off the front of that to build a ramp and some stairs and a retaining wall. We have a couple coolers to put in. We need to put a level front facade on, as well as some signage. And then put in our counters, our POS system, some shelves and displays for the items. Electrical's at about 95% done. We have started our exterior painting and need to finish that up hopefully next week. And we have our flooring purchased. We just need to put it in and hopefully be done by the end of next week. We're estimating the end by the first of the year, or the first week of this 2026 year that's coming. We'll have it all completed with bathroom fixtures and everything ready to go. Then from there, we will have a spot where our plan is to put our current provider, our operator of the liquor license, PLAV, into the same facility as our pro shop at the cart barn. It's not a ideal solution, and it's temporary. It'll be a little cramped in there, but we should be able to provide them with a space to sell alcoholic beverages with a separate POS system, so that there's no tax ID issues. And once they're out of that building, we will be able to strip it for the current restaurant facility of any useful materials and get asbestos treatment done, which should take between 2 and 3 weeks, and then we can begin demolition. And after that, they'll be able to build the building proper, put down foundations, clear it all out, then put down foundations and start building the edifice. With that also, and something we need to maybe have another meeting to authorize the purchase of, is a temporary prefabricated structure for a snack shack, beverage, and food station next to the cart facility. That's the ideal situation for us, is to have them out of the pro shop and in their own facility. We would furnish them with the structure, do the HVAC and
Water and electrical.
well, the water and electrical would go to it, as well as insulation. That's the word I was looking for. And then they would furnish the interior with whatever they need to cook, whatever it is they're going to cook, which is likely, bar foods like burgers and pizza and stuff like that, as well as being able to sell alcohol out of there.
The current provider will still be in the bar area until,
That's a good point. There's been some confusion
Yeah.
in the community about that, and I'll make sure to put that in tomorrow's newsletter, that they have not been kicked out of the building, and they're still able to operate the bar, and will continue doing so until they move to the temporary location, which should be, like I was saying, the first week of January, approximately. A little bit of wiggle room there, but we're hoping that we'll be able to get it all lined up and knocked down by then.
Okay, any questions, council? Everyone wants to get home soon. Moving on to new business. There's a deal, Will, on the personnel policy manual to change shared leave policy.
Sure.
You get into that with us.
So, correct me if I'm wrong here, Debbie, but full-time employees accrue 8 hours of sick leave every month after their first full month. And should a fellow coworker have catastrophic illness that's long-term, an employee may choose to donate up to 30 hours of their leave, 40 hours of their leave to that employee, to their coworker. That coworker who's receiving the leave may only receive 30 hours per occurrence, as it's currently written. I'm proposing that we change that to per calendar year.
30 days.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say
yeah.
that again, Debbie?
So an employee can receive 30 days per occurrence.
There you go. The person who is sick can get 30 days of leave from their coworkers,
Okay.
and each coworker can donate up to 40 hours of leave. I
So-
want those numbers to stay the same, but change it from occurrence to calendar year, so that every calendar year, if it's a long-term illness that's spanning 2, they could have up to 30 days in that calendar year, and then when the next year starts, people could donate more leave to them.
Is it days or hours? Did you say hours? I thought you said hours one time and said days another,
So,
I think.
so I can, if I were sick, you could donate 40 of your hours to me.
0.
And if you didn't want to, and I could receive up to 30 days total from all of my coworkers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So in other words,
Yeah.
everyone could chip in and donate some of their hours?
That's right.
If they want to, okay.
And
You talked about changing it, but nowhere did I see where it was going to be changed and what the wording was to be changed to. It wasn't anywhere that I could find.
I'm sorry, I thought I got that in your packet, but if it's not in there, that's on me, it should
What
be.
chapter is
Do you
it
have it,
normally in?
Debbie?
It should be on page 31.
It's not, because I looked.
Well, the policy is on 31.
Sorry, it's on, at the bottom right of your document, it'll say page 51. It's on page 31 of the handbook, page 51 of your packet.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Because
Oh,
it's highlighted in yellow, yeah.
I see it, there it is,
I
yeah.
didn't get it highlighted in yellow, and I just picked it up today.
There it is.
Oh, shoot. I can't see it. Okay, so the change is the highlight?
Yes.
That's right.
From occurrence to calendar year.
Yep, and also adding the words can donate to one coworker, so that there's not a limitation on how many hours they can donate to all their coworkers, so that they don't have to choose necessarily until they're running out of leave,
So-
between two coworkers.
I guess that means that the donor has to have sufficient amount in case they get sick too. So they're
That's
gonna
right.
just use their own judgment on how much to donate.
That's right.
Okay.
And why are you wanting to change it?
To allow more flexibility and greater potential for time off for sick employees.
Okay.
But for a serious sickness though, I guess.
Yeah, it's not
Have
the
to be a
common,
serious
not the common
sickness.
cold, it's
Yeah,
long-term
yeah,
serious illness.
Okay.
good to know. So
Uh,
do we have to vote on that?
It does need your
Yes.
vote, yes.
I move that we accept the changes in the personnel policy manual as indicated on page 51, changing the wording from occurrence to calendar year.
In section 11.03, okay?
11:03.
What is it?
Well, 51 may not be on everyone,
Oh,
because this is
oh, oh,
31, is
yeah,
is
okay.
what I'm saying.
Sorry, let me,
What we
Oh, yes.
classified as 11.
chapter 11.03.
Yeah, okay,
And
very good.
2-1.
I mean, 0.02.031.
Point one, okay. Very good, I think we got it. We'll check the minutes to make sure that we understand what we did, but,
Whatever the number is.
yeah. yeah, okay. Okay, seconds, Garrett, all in favor? Okay, it passes unanimously.
May I suggest something?
Yeah.
If we have to do this again, don't print the whole darn thing. Save on paper and time
I
and
know.
money. Just print the page that's affected.
Well, it's there for your reference if you need it later on.
I thought we all had a policy manual.
Mm-mm,
I don't,
I don't.
I don't have it.
No, none of us did.
I don't have it.
This is,
This is my first copy.
yeah.
Which I'll read tonight.
Item B, under new business, authorization of the council to sign a lease is discussion and action. I recommend we don't take action on it. Everyone just got the lease. I guess we got it back from legal on Friday, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so we really haven't had a chance. It's not real thick, but it's still got a lot of legalese in it, so let's just have a homework assignment of looking at it and being ready, prepared to sign it next meeting, or if I have to call a special meeting because there's a deadline, we'll call a special meeting.
I have a question. Do we have to have a structure in order to sign a lease for that structure?
No, you could just put in the contract, I would think, you just put the anticipated structure, which will be,
Okay, that's all.
yeah.
You just need to outline the anticipated delivery date. And the
Oh, okay,
lease would commence upon the delivery.
the delivery date, okay.
But I've already read through this, and
Oh,
why don't you lend your expertise to Will and, y'all get together and
This
fix
is
it?
given to us by our supposed attorney. This is one of the worst documents I have read,
Hmm.
and I've read a lot of them. I was
Yeah.
paralegal for 15 years.
Yeah.
This is terrible. Why are we accepting what they're giving us, and why don't we have a new attorney?
we'll have to discuss that.
Well,
We can't-
we did discuss that later, previously, but, I don't think we can discuss it on
It's
the,
not on the agenda.
agenda
so
now.
we
Okay.
can't- Yeah.
I'll make sure it's on the agenda for next time.
Sounds good. Okay, that's, if there's no questions on that, I'm gonna move on to mayoral announcements. The only thing I have, is that, I guess, on the 23rd of this month, the county's gonna meet in their commissioner's court, and they're going to, recommend that we adopt a 21st precinct in Burnett County. Currently, there's 20 voting precincts. And the 21st will be the city of Meadow Lakes. They'll carve out a specific precinct just for Meadow Lakes. And we'll go from being precinct 19 to being 21, and the others will be divvied up whatever, I guess, drawing boundary lines the commissioner set. So be prepared to that. I expect it will pass. Will and I plan on going to the meeting, the commissioner's court meeting on the 23rd. And presumably it'll be fast, and we'll have our own voting precinct. Voting precinct's different from commissioner precincts. There's only 4 commissioner precincts. We're represented by Joe Don Dockery. So I expect that will happen, and I don't know that it'll be one way or another. A lot of people early vote down at Texas Tech, so it doesn't really matter that we have our own, but we'll have our own precinct anyway. That's my only announcement.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Our next meeting is due to be January the 20th.
Yeah.
Do we need to have a meeting, we have not approved the purchase of this
Yeah.
temporary structure.
Right.
And what I was hoping is that, we would have the information as far as the price, the size, and delivery time. What else do we need before we can approve that?
I think we need a price.
No, but I meant, do we need to know that do we have to have a meeting with our proposed tenant that they accept? I mean,
Oh.
that's my question.
Yeah, we've got one proposed. We were planning on hopefully having it yesterday, but we didn't. There was some conflicts in schedules, so we didn't hold it. But I think, any word on when we might get together for that meeting with the?
No, we should talk about that and
Yeah,
set it up.
okay.
Yes. Well, because it would
We'll talk
be,
about it offline, but we're doing exactly that, Carolyn.
okay, well, the reason is, it's a special meeting, so it'll require 4 council members to be there. So I'm just saying, I don't know what everybody's schedule is, but we have to kind of look at that.
Well, the way Johnny used to do it when he was sitting in there, I don't think we've had a special meeting since you've been here, have we, Will?
Mm-mm.
He would poll everyone and see which dates are good for you and kind of put it all together, and we'd have a date that
Right.
was suitable for at least a quorum. So we'll do that if we need to. If it looks like we're gonna need to do that before the 20th, which my guess is we will, we'll have a little very short meeting to approve the amount that we're gonna spend for that. The reason we have to approve it, it's not under the bond. It is outside the scope of the bond. Therefore, it comes out from our own budget, so we'll have to amend the budget and approve the amount.
Right.
Okay? All righty. Next council meeting is January 20th. I have nothing else. If you'd like a 30-minute meeting. If there's a motion to adjourn, please speak up. Mike? Okay, this side of the room's seconded. Okay, all in favor?
Aye. And Merry
It's adjourned.
Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas to everyone, too. All right. I'll give you this. I don't. Safekeeping. does a real good job of that, and the wording was excellent.
This is to you, Stan. Great.
I need to see this one in order.
The longevity part. That's what Mr. Cleaver did, but I figured the
Yeah.
president said it.
They're gonna use to fill the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any idea. I'm sure there's some kind of environmental stuff.
The problem with that is. Yes.
Yes.
So they probably.
The restaurant has to use it. Kinda cold, I guess. Huh?
Of course, I haven't been out much. Gets dark so early. I know. It's gotta be done by 5:30.
There's still a lot of, several golfers out on the back nine.
Yeah.